It's another beautiful day at the ballpark here at Teurlings Catholic High School. The Teurlings Rebels coming in at 13-8 on the season, getting ready to take on the Wolves of Rayne High School, a district matchup for your Teurlings Rebels as the team takes the field yet again this season. Part of a 5-game series that we are broadcasting on the Teurlings Catholic Sports Network here on YouTube, thanks to Beal and Abear, Acadiana's hometown attorneys. My broadcast partner, Scott Brasda, will be joining us soon. In his stead right now is Tommy Dean. Tommy's more than just a parent of a player on the team. Tommy has been around the team for quite a while. One of those parents who helped make this happen. Tommy, talk to us about, briefly if you would, what it means to be able to have these games on, because this game, a 4 o'clock first pitch, is kind of the Teurlings Catholic High version of the Businessman Special, right? That mid-afternoon baseball game. But here at Teurlings, because there are no lights, there are no night games. So games get played with a first pitch on school days at 4 p.m.
Absolutely. So, I mean, it's kind of part of Teurlings history right now with no lights, and that's not a slight. I mean, we if anybody wants to pony up for some lights, we can definitely talk. I'll get in touch with you. But, yeah, I mean, look, it's always a beautiful day at Rebel Field to play some baseball, and, I mean, 4 o'clock, 3:30, you know, people still show up. We would like to have more people at the ballpark. But, look, these guys come out to play in an empty stadium. They just love the game.
Well, and you can tell they love the game. You can tell that a Brooks Batto-led team, as they normally are, is one of those teams that's going to be competitive day in, day out. And that culture has been bred through this program.
Absolutely.
This team, you've got sophomores on this team who last year won a state championship. You've got juniors on this team who know nothing but winning state championships. Absolutely. As this team is the defending back-to-back Division II select state champions. And that culture is going to put itself out there every single day between the white lines.
For sure. The Rebels, I mean, there's no secret. They're struggling a little bit this year early on, but like we talked about earlier, if they peak and get hot at the right time, that's all that matters. But now it's crunch time. It's time to win every game from here on out. And this team, they're coming together. I think they're just still trying to figure out their rhythm, because you still have a young team. You have 7 or 8 juniors who are rotating in starting positions who didn't get a lot of innings last year. So this is still relatively new to these guys.
It was a senior-laden team last year as we bring you the Uncle T's Oyster Bar pregame show, which, by the way, when I say it's a beautiful day at the ballpark, the music in the background when we started the Uncle T's Oyster Bar pregame show was Summertime by Kenny Chesney. It's not quite summertime. We got a reprieve from summer. We went back to spring, which is what you love here at the baseball diamond, because you get that weather that today is maybe a high of 80, 82, 83. Not a lot of humidity in the air. So one of those days it's incredibly comfortable to go play. But when we talk about this team and hitting their stride and getting innings underneath some of these players, that's absolutely critical when you take a team that a lot of people 2 years ago said, well, they're probably a year away.
Sure.
That team wins the state title. Then the next year, you win the state title. That means you had juniors who played not just that first year as a junior, but they played junior, senior, which left, as you said, just a lot of new opportunity for guys to crack the lineup. Doesn't mean the talent's not there, but the experience is one of those things that you cannot teach, you cannot coach, you just have to go through it.
Absolutely. And look, you said a mouthful right there, and you did it all in one swift sentence or two, because look, talent's only going to take you so far. This team has always been loaded. There's never been just one guy that they've, rode to the promised land, so to speak. But it is the experience. So, again, I think they're getting in the rhythm. They're starting to feel each other out a little bit. It's a trust issue. If you ever play the game of baseball, I mean, you got to trust the guy behind you and the guy in front of you. And it's taken them a little bit to get started, but I think they're getting there. They're getting there.
Offensively, Teurlings, for the last couple of years, you're not going to play a lot of guys who are going to hit the ball a mile. You're not going to play a lot of guys who are going to hit over the course of, 20 games in a high school season, roughly. You're not going to have a guy who's going to hit probably 10 or 12 home runs. You might occasionally have that guy, but it's rare that you find that guy. This team plays a much more pressure version of offensive baseball, and it starts right there at the top of the lineup. I mean, I'm looking at today's adjusted lineup where instead of Brennan Storms, being the guy. It will be Caden Chavis who is the guy leading things off. And when you look at Chavis's batting average, he's batting a measly .537.
That's awful.
On the season.
He needs to practice. Get in the cage, Chavis.
I mean, you're talking about a guy who's got 41 at-bats, and he is 22 of 41.
I mean, that's
21 singles.
It's terrible.
Well, not just that. The reality is when he gets on base, he has 21 singles. He's not hitting for power.
No.
Right? He is hitting for consistency, but he finds multiple ways to do it. Sometimes it's a single through the gap. If he thinks there's enough distance between third base and home plate, you never know when he might just decide to drop the ball right there, take off towards first base, and batting from the left side, that's a huge advantage.
I jokingly call Caden Chavis 10-10-90. The reason is if he hits it 10 feet from the plate and 10 feet in the air, if he chops it, he's going 90 feet safely.
Well, it's funny because I believe it was you who said that in the press box during the St. Thomas More game.
Yeah.
And sure enough, he got one in the air and beat it out. I mean, just a chopper that popped up. It was fielded cleanly. The throw just couldn't be in time because Caden Chavis is just so fast. And then you build pressure on the base paths because you've got to be worried about him at first taking second, then third as well.
Yeah. And look, if you look back last year, you talked four or five guys, they were on base constantly, and we didn't leave a lot of base runners. This year, we're still trying to find, again, the best word I can find is that rhythm with your top five guys to get on base. But when they are, we have left a ton of base runners on base this season, and that's detrimental.
Timely hitting is one of those things in baseball that you cannot substitute for. If you do not have timely hits, you end up exactly what we were talking about, which is leaving a lot of men on base. If you look back at the St. Thomas More game, going into the seventh, that was a 5-4 ball game, and literally Teurlings was one pitch away from heading to the bottom of the seventh, 5-4. But when you looked early on in the ball game, Teurlings had 7-8 hits and 4 runs.
Right.
They just could not generate that consistent, timely hitting that they needed in order to emerge victorious in that ball game. And on top of that, the pitching staff in that one, both teams, and look, both teams gave up a lot of free base runners. Both teams had some hit batsmen, and those can come back to get you. At one point in that game, the opponent actually had 3 runs on 0 hits.
Yeah.
And that's really a game breaker. What do you expect to see here from Rayne this afternoon?
Well, look, again, I want to go back real quick. Hats off to STM. Look, they came out to play, and that was their state championship, if I must say that. Moving on to Rayne, Teurlings has a target on their back no matter what because they're the Teurlings Rebels. Rayne played a tight game, from what I understand, against STM, and STM walked them off, I think, a week ago. I expect big things. I mean, if the Rebels aren't hitting the ball and they're not hitting their spots from the mound, Rayne could go back to Acadia Parish with a W. So we gotta fire on all the cylinders. We gotta figure it out quick.
So for the Teurlings Rebels offensively from Rayne, what type of offense are you expecting to see here? Much of the same as the Rebels play? Are we going to see another mirror image, basically like we saw with St. Thomas More?
Yeah, I mean, look, people want to see home runs, and like you said earlier, we're not going to see 25 home runs total with a team here. I mean, I think we have 1 or 2 this season. We had 1 last season, and one of them ended up in the playoffs. I expect to see Teurlings Rebel baseball, Brooks Battle style, a lot of small ball, getting runners on, and I think we just really have to, the key note here is really just pushing runners across the plate and figuring out a way to manufacture those runs.
Manufacturing runs is something that you always, as we talked about, that pressure style offense, you want, as Coach Tony Robichaux used to say, that pressure will burst pipes, and especially at the high school level, make them execute. Put the ball on the ground, make them execute, because unfortunately at this level, execution is key. And you will find a shortstop, a third baseman, a second baseman you're not going to get the throw. The throw might not be in time. And when you get those errors, you capitalize on them. If you've got team speed like the Rebels do, and you like to capitalize with guys like Caden Chavis and Brennan Storms like we were talking about, now all of a sudden you can start really running up the score. And that pressure can break teams and break them early.
Absolutely. I mean, bunting is the most frustrating thing. If you can't defend it, you can physically see a team get frustrated with that. And if you're executing on the small ball aspect of it, you continue to do that until the other team figures it out.
So for the Rebels this afternoon on the Hill, you're going to see a different arm than we have seen in our previous games that we have broadcast here on the Teurlings Catholic Sports Network. What we are going to see is a move in the lineup for the first time. Shambo will actually head to the mound. We will see Vincent out in the field. Essentially the same cast of characters, a little bit shuffled, a little bit of a shuffle in the lineup. What's Shambo going to bring from the Hill?
I tell you what, Shambo, the last 2 times I believe he's been on the mound in a starting role, he's gone the distance. Very low pitch count. He's been very effective hitting his spots, and I mean, the guy's he's been on.
He has, 5 games pitched. He's pitched 23 innings. He's won 3, so he's 3, 1 loss, and a no decision then. Really nice that there were 6 errors. His ERA is a ridiculously high 1.826. I mean,
I think his ball to strike ratio is pretty solid too.
Yeah,
he's throwing a lot of strikes.
He has hit 6 batsmen on the season, which is that one thing that you got to watch out for because you cannot give free passes. But outside of that, when you look at strikeouts, he's got 14 on the season.
Yeah, a solid.
I mean, that puts him behind 36 from Evan Vincent, who obviously with the amount of innings pitched, as he's pitched 30 innings, 6 games, you've got more opportunity there, right? And then falls behind Lincoln Guillory, who's got 20 strikeouts on the season in 16 innings pitched.
Yeah.
16.2. But now you'll see Shambo. So Shambo moves from second. Vincent moves out into the field, and that's who we will see on. And I love this. And actually, Kale is up here, so it's a great opportunity to talk about what's happened with the pitching mound here for the broadcasts, where it is the Staff Sergeant Richard Poole pitching mound. The Guillories with Diamond G Farms wanted to make sure that it was memorialized for somebody who gave service, much like a lot of the students at Teurlings give service to the community. It's a great place to be and a great thing to see.
Excellent family, top to bottom, and that's what we have here at Teurlings. Just a lot of hard-working, great families. It's fun to be at the ballpark and interact with all of these people because they're just good people. They're people you want to be around.
I am going to take a quick second here and thank one of our sponsors here as we are in the Uncle T's Oyster Bar pregame show. Want to thank, coming on just for this game, Birkin Insurance in Rayne. They do everything from fixed annuities, life insurance plans, Medigap plans, employee-sponsored family or benefit plans, individual family plans, licensed in the state of Louisiana, AHIP, Medicare, and fraud, waste, and abuse trained certified. So if you're looking for an insurance agent that specializes in health, life, annuity, small group employer, Medicare plans, you can give them a call. 337-393-4122 or email ejbirken, B-E-R-K-E-N, at birkeninsurance.com. They'll set up an appointment. They'll just ask some general questions, see how they can actually help you figure out what your needs are, and they look forward to hearing from you. That is Eric Birken, 337-393-4122. So we are roughly 8 minutes away from our scheduled first pitch here at Teurlings Catholic High. This is the Uncle T's Oyster Bar pregame show. I'm joined by Tommy Dean. So, Tommy, there's a lot of great things that go on here at Teurlings. And as we get close, as this is a back-to-back day of games. So we've got game today, game tomorrow, both games first pitch at 4 p.m. Yeah. Going to be wonderful to be out here. But Teurlings is inching closer day by day to something that I think really makes the community special. And I don't happen to have any video that we could roll here. I kind of wish we did. But one of the things that amazed me the first time I saw it was the passion play that is put on by the senior class here at Teurlings Catholic High. That passion play, which is done Holy Thursday at daybreak. So 6 to 6:15 in the morning is when it usually starts. And it is a full reenactment of the Passion of Jesus Christ. And look, if you're covering a Teurlings Catholic game, you're going to get a Catholic perspective, which is a beautiful thing when you look at trying to raise not just a good student, not just a great athlete, but a good Catholic human being. And that passion play is something that's really interesting to see from this perspective, because you will usually see an athlete play Jesus, and they are truly humbled to play Jesus, and they truly humble themselves in the play. They all get into it. Every member of the senior class has a role in some way, shape, or form. It's just really cool to see. Daybreak right here at Teurlings Catholic. Interesting. Very, very interesting. All right, we're going to take a quick break right here on the Uncle T's Oyster Bar pregame show. First pitch a little more than 5 minutes from now here at Teurlings Catholic High. This is the Teurlings Catholic Sports Network.
At Oxnard Lafayette General, we're here to get you moving and keep you moving. Our team of experts delivers specialized, coordinated care through a nationally renowned orthopedic and sports medicine program. Providing the most advanced equipment and modern facilities, and covering you from the field to fast forward your healing. Oxner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Long live you.
Uncle T's Oyster Bar and Scott is your destination for Acadiana's best local seafood.
Enjoy our delicious specialties, including raw and charbroiled oysters, bald crawfish, small bites, salads, po' boys, and a variety of seafood baskets.
We feature happy hour specials every day from 2 to 6 with half off domestic draft and bottled beer.
And you can't leave without a serving of Mom and Nat's delicious bread pudding.
Uncle T's across the railroad tracks in Scott.
Serving Gulf oysters just the way you like them.
Welcome back to Teurlings Catholic Baseball. A beautiful day at the ballpark here at Teurlings Catholic High as your Teurlings Rebels, 13-8 on the season, getting ready to host the Wolves of Rayne High, a district matchup here this afternoon. Let me go ahead and give you our McDonald's starting lineups for the day for the Teurlings Rebels. Batting order will be as follows. The leadoff spot, the center fielder, Caden Chavis, as we said, he's hitting a gaudy .537 on the season for the Rebels. He'll be followed by Will Power, the Rebel shortstop, hitting in the 2-hole. Hudson Clavel will be your DH in the 3 spot, with Mason Gonzalez playing first and hitting cleanup. Gonzalez and Clavel, respectively, have the 2 home runs on the season for the Teurlings Rebels. Evan Vincent will play right field for the Rebels. He will hit 5th. Brennan Storms will play 3rd base and hit 6th. Cade Shambo, as we said, moves from 2nd base to the hill, puts his record on the line. He's got 3 wins and 5 starts. He will play pitcher John Aaron Swallow. This is kind of the big change in the Rebels lineup for the afternoon. Swallow will start at catcher for the Teurlings Rebels as our skippers are both out at home plate having a discussion with the umpires. Swallow getting to start with Dean out. Dean had a hamstring issue. We saw it happen and called it kind of in the moment. Our last ball game last Saturday against St. Thomas More, he was trying to leg one out towards first, injured a hamstring, and hopefully he will be back soon. But Swallow gets the start there. Carter Deculus, the Rebels left fielder, will hit 9th. Jackson Bro will play 2nd for the Teurlings Rebels. For the Rayne Wolves, here is your starting lineup. Lopal Moody will start in right field. Austin Judice is the shortstop, will hit 2nd for the Wolves. Slade Richard will play 3rd and hit 3rd as well. Cleanup hitter will be Connor Boone. He is the DH for Rayne. Gavin Foreman, the pitcher, will hit 5th. Hayden Bullock, your center fielder for the Rayne Wolves, will hit 6th. Second baseman Caden Stakes will hit 7th. And Peyton Daigle will play 1st, hit 8th. Chase Carey, your 3rd baseman, will hit 9th. Noah Stutz will round things out for the Rayne Wolves. We will make sure that those positions are correct and everybody's there with regards to shortstop, right field, left field, and we'll give you that rundown in just a moment. So the Teurlings Rebels are now getting set for our national anthem. The Rebels taking on the Rayne Wolves. Let's give you some more pitching stats for the Rebels as to who we will see offensively. Batting average for the Rebels, as we told you, would be led by Caden Chavis. Chavis hitting .537. He's then followed by Thomas Ryder, not in the lineup. Evan Vincent hitting .321. Ryder's hitting .364. Or Ryder Thomas hitting .364. Evan Vincent hits .321 for the Rebels. Cade Shambo is an even .320 on the season. Carter Deculus hitting .314, with Power hitting .311. Storms having an uncharacteristic season at .167 in the lineup for the Rebels. But as we look at Clavel hitting .273, Mason Gonzalez hitting .292, and the Rebels offensively will look to put pressure on the Rayne Wolves. We're getting some handshakes there at home plate as we're getting ready for lineups here at the ballpark. Again, the Teurlings Rebels taking on the Rayne Wolves this afternoon. Rebels looking to distance themselves from Rayne in district. The Rebels 0-1 against St. Thomas More last Saturday. Now the Rebels will put that district record back on the line as they look to distance themselves here today.
Now the starting lineups for our visiting Wolves of Rayne High School.
So the Rayne Wolves will make their way to the white line as we get set for our national anthem. I want to go ahead and thank some other sponsors here this afternoon who make Teurlings Catholic baseball possible. Senior Helpers in Lafayette is the premier provider of in-home senior care, offering tailored home care services ranging from companion care for seniors who need daily assistance to in-depth specialized care for those with Alzheimer's, dementia, Parkinson's, and other chronic diseases in the area. 35 communities served, including Rayne and Lafayette. Main office is on Coolidge Boulevard in Lafayette's Oil Center. Their team of experts provide customized, dependable, and affordable care in the comfort of their own homes. Senior Helpers Lafayette, deeply invested and committed to the community of seniors that they serve and the caregivers proudly calling home.
And the rest of your Rayne Wolves.
Rayne Wolves are at the white line as we get set to bring you back to the visuals here at Teurlings Catholic High School. You can actually see the wind today has turned around from our previous couple of games.
Rebels of Teurlings Catholic batting first and playing center field, number 10, Caden Chavis.
As we get set to send your Rebel starting lineup out onto the field, as we said, Caden Chavis will hit first and play center field. Will Power, Rebel shortstop, will hit second.
Number 6, Hudson Clavel.
Hudson Clavel will be your DH.
Batting cleanup, the first baseman, number 4, Mason Gonzalez.
Mason Gonzalez heads towards first as he will hit fourth in the cleanup spot.
Number 26, Evan Vincent. Batting sixth and
Evan Vincent will play
number 19, Brennan Storms.
and hit
Batting seventh.
fifth. Brennan Storms, your shortstop, hits sixth.
Number 5, Cade Shambo.
Cade Shambo will be on the hill this afternoon for the Rebels.
For today's contest, number 22,
Hitting eighth
John Aaron Swallow.
will be John Aaron Swallow.
Batting ninth and playing left
Batting ninth and playing left field for the Rebels is Carter Deculus.
And
at second base for the Rebels,
playing second base, number 29, Jackson Bro.
Jackson Bro. That is your McDonald's starting lineups for the Teurlings Rebels here this afternoon. As is customary, we ask that everyone please stand, remove your hats, and get ready for our national anthem and invocation, brought to you by the Louisiana Veteran Connection.
And this is Brittany DeWauron. Ladies and gentlemen, I now respectfully ask that you please rise and remove your caps for our Catholic invocation and remain standing for the playing of our national anthem, sponsored by Energy Transfer. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit, amen. As the opening pitch draws near, we turn to you, the ultimate umpire of fairness and the guardian of safety. We earnestly implore you to watch over all players on this field. Guide us in playing this game with utmost fairness and integrity. For in the end, it is not just victory that matters, but how we compete. May our actions on the diamond be a reflection of your love, grace, and justice. We entrust our every action to you, O Lord, as we engage in this honorable contest. Lady of Victory, pray for us. Father Teurlings, rest in peace. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit, amen.
Whose broad stripes and broad
It's 74 degrees. The local time is 4:04, and there's winds out of the southwest at 14 miles an hour.
That is going to do it for the
Ladies and gentlemen.
Uncle T's Oyster Bar pregame show here on Teurlings Catholic Sports Network. We'll be right back. First pitch of today's game right here on YouTube, the Teurlings Catholic Sports Network.
Tired of overpaying for mattresses? Stop. Box Drop Lafayette can save you 50 to 80% off big box prices. Brands include Sealy, Serta Simmons, and more. Twins start at $89, fulls at $120, queens from $128, kings from $198. Plus, adjustable bases, sofas, sectionals, and more. All factory direct. Huge savings, better sleep. 3221 Highway 90 East in Broussard, 5 miles south of the airport, or boxdroplafayette.com. Call 337-780-7076. Don't pay retail. We even have easy payment plans. Sleep better, save bigger. Box Drop Lafayette. Proudly from Pocheville, Louisiana, Diamond G Farms may no longer be running full operations, but our heart for this community beats stronger than ever. Honored to memorialize the pitching mound at Teurlings Catholic High School baseball, now officially named in memory of brave Staff Sergeant Richard Poole. To the Rebels, players, coaches, and fans, keep throwing strikes, swinging for the fences, and honoring those who served. Diamond G Farms, supporting faith, family, and future champions. Go Rebels!
Cade Shambo will be on the Staff Sergeant Richard Poole pitcher's mound here at Teurlings Catholic High. I'm Kevon Bordelon as we get set to bring you the Rayne Wolves visiting your Teurlings Rebels. Rebels at 13-8 on the season. Shambo, who's got 3 wins in 5 appearances, gets the throwdown from his new catcher behind the plate, Swallow, for the Rebels. Your original starter, Dean, is out today with a hamstring pull. So for the Rayne Wolves, it'll be 1-2-3 here in the top of the first inning. Lon Paul Moody, Austin Judice, and Slade Richard will see the plate for the Wolves. 2-man umpire and crew, 1 behind home plate, 1 watching the infield. Shambo rocks, fires, delivers the opening pitch, and it's inside for ball 1. Shambo, as we said, has 6 hit batsmen on the season. Falls behind with the original offering, 1-0. That pitch is going to be low and outside, make it 2-0. So Shambo would love to get ahead. He's got nice strikeout totals on the season and would love to start with 1 here. That pitch is right down the middle for a strike, brings the count to 2 balls and 1 strike. Nobody out here, top of the first inning. Moody settles back into the box, drop batter's box. Fouls this one off, brings the count even at 2-2. Shambo now comes set. Here's the make it happen pitch for the senior right-hander, and that is low, makes it 3-2. Nice location. Surprised that Moody didn't offer at it. Payoff pitch is hit towards right field. Drifting back is Vincent. Makes the catch. Can of corn in the outfield, and the first batter is retired for Shambo. 1 away here in the top of the first.
The shortstop, number 23, Austin Judice.
That'll bring another right-hander to the plate for Rayne. Shortstop Judice. Shambo delivers. That's hit right back towards him. Shambo fields cleanly, throws to Gonzalez, and the Rebels have retired 2. Kind of a check swing there from Moody, or Judice rather, and that ball just dribbled back to Shambo. Easy ground ball. Nice throw over to first, and the Rebels have 2 down here in the top of the first inning. Shambo winds and fires to the 3-hole hitter, Slade Richard. First offering just a little inside. Shambo falls behind 1-0. This is going to be just a bit outside, keeps it at 2 balls, no strikes. Shambo working quickly, trying to keep some good tempo going. That's going to be swung at and missed. Bring the count to 2-1. Shambo delivers. That's going to be outside and maybe a little low. Bring the count to 3-1. That ball's hit towards short. Fielded cleanly. Throw across the infield is not able to be picked up by Gonzalez in time. Just a little short from the Rebel shortstop, Will Power. And all of a sudden, Rayne has a base runner here in the top of the first.
Now coming to the plate, the designated hitter, number 24, Connor Boone.
That ball fielded cleanly, and I think Power might have actually had a little more time than he thought to try and get the ball out. Gonzalez couldn't pick it up off the turf. And we have a runner at first base for the Rayne Wolves. That'll send the cleanup hitter Connor Boone to the plate. He is a designated hitter for Rayne. That's going to be hit towards center. Chavis drifting to his left, slides over, makes the catch, and that retires the side. So no runs on, not sure if that's a hit or an error towards short. One man left on base, and that is going to send us to the bottom of the first inning. 0-0 ball game. Your Teurlings Rebels hosting the Rayne Wolves right here on the Teurlings Catholic Sports Network.
Walking in and seeing all the people at the Aspen Clinic makes it so much easier to just get started.
Coming here and having a real person makes the difference.
The accountability is a big thing because it gets you to your goals quicker.
The Aspen Clinic offers more than just GLP-1s.
Because you deserve more than just a prescription. They would never give me anything that would harm me, and they only want the best for me.
No contracts, no membership fees, just real in-person support.
Don't wait, call the Aspen Clinic today.
In the heart of Lafayette, something strong is growing. We believe in creating opportunity right here, so our young professionals don't have to leave Louisiana to build their future. At Beal & Aber, we're proud to stand up for the people of Acadiana. When you need strong legal representation, whether you're injured in a car wreck, have a construction dispute, you are dealing with a civil matter, or you just need help with estate planning, we're here when it matters most. Beal & Aber, Acadiana's.
It'll be 1-2-3 for the Teurlings Rebels here in the bottom of the first inning. That means it will be the Rebels center fielder, Caden Chavis, followed by shortstop Will Power, and then the designated hitter, Hudson Clavel, will make their way to the plate here in the first at a minimum.
First inning, leading off for the Rebels, number 10, the center fielder, Caden Chavis.
As we said, Chavis hitting a gaudy .537 coming into this ball game. Chavis from the left side, waiting on the first pitch. He's going to take a swing and a miss. Check that. He foul tips it. But it still brings the count to 0-1. Foreman on the hill for Rayne, and that's going to be high and outside. Evens the count at 1-1. Chavis settles in very back of the batter's box. 1-1 pitch is going to come off the turf. Nice job by the Rayne catcher to keep that one in front of him. Not that it would matter if it went to the turf, but did still manage to block it. 2 balls, 1 strike. That's hit towards first base. Not fielded cleanly. It's a race to the bag, the throw, and Chavis cannot get there in time. Foreman covers for Rayne, and that retires the leadoff hitter here in the bottom of the first for the Rebels.
Number 7, Will Power.
That'll send Power to the plate. Love the teamwork there as Power's got some questions for Caden Chavis as he approaches his first at bat. Chavis gives him some answers. And now Foreman winds and fires. That's going to be high and outside, bring the count to 1-0. That pitch is inside, make it 2-0. The wind here is a southwest to northeast breeze that is blowing pretty strong. That's basically directly across the ballpark. That pitch caught the outside corner, brings it to 2 balls and 1 strike. Foreman working quickly from the hill. Power swings at it. Line drive bounces off the turf. Not fielded cleaning. The throw to first is not in time, and the Rebels have a runner on the base paths with only 1 out here in the bottom of the first inning. consistent contact, and with power hitting from the left side, he's that much closer to first base. If he hits from the right side, he's probably out at first. That'll bring Hudson Clavel to the plate for the Rebels. Foreman checks the runner, now delivers home, and that's going to be high for ball one. Clavel settles in with power on first. Power with a nice lead, nothing too egregious, however. Foreman's offering is in for a strike, evens the count at 1-1. Coach Brooks Botto making the call from third base for the Rebels offensively. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Runner on first for the Rebels in the bottom of the first, 0-0 ball game. There's the pickoff attempt at first. Power is in standing up. Foreman delivers home, hit towards second. Can it get through the gap? No, the play is at first base, but the sacrifice moves the runner up to second base with 2 out here in the bottom of the first, and that will bring Mason Gonzalez to the plate for the Rebels. The big first baseman does, as we said, have 1 of 2 home runs here on the season. First right-hander that the Rebels will send to the plate in this ballgame. Gonzalez settles in from the right side and takes ball 1 in the opposing batter's box. Rayne trying to hold power on at second. Foreman checks, and that's going to be outside, make it 2-0. Foreman now comes set on the hill. Here's the offering. That's going to be popped up, and that's a car. Behind the press box here at Teurlings Catholic High, that one might have found, hopefully didn't find anybody or anything. Hopefully it found green grass. Brings the count to 2 balls, 1 strike. 2 away here in the bottom of the first. Foreman looks at power on second, now decides to turn and fake the throw to second. That will reset everything on the hill. This ball is hit towards third. Fielded cleanly. The throw across the infield is in time and able to be hauled in by the big first baseman, Peyton Daigle, for Rayne, and that retires the side. So the Rebels get no runs on either an hit or an error, nothing official on the scoreboard. 1 man left on base as we head to the top of the second inning here on Teurlings Catholic Sports Network.
At Oxnard Lafayette General, we're here to get you moving and keep you moving. Our team of experts delivers specialized, coordinated care through a nationally renowned orthopedic and sports medicine program, providing the most advanced equipment and modern facilities, and covering you from the field to fast forward your healing. Oxner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Long live you.
Uncle T's Oyster Bar and Scott is your destination for Acadiana's best local seafood.
Enjoy our delicious specialties, including raw and charbroiled oysters, bald crawfish, small bites, salads, po' boys, and a variety of seafood baskets.
We feature happy hour specials every day from 2 to 6 with half off domestic draft and bottled beer.
And you can't leave without a serving of Mom and Nat's delicious bread pudding.
Uncle T's across the railroad tracks in Scott.
Serving Gulf oysters just the way you like them.
It'll be 5, 6, 7 here for the Rayne Wolves. That would be Gavin Foreman, Hayden Bullock, and Caden Stakes here in the top of the second inning. And man, there is no way like telling that you are in God's country other than hearing at tomorrow's ball game. There will be shrimp pasta provided by Uncle T's as the Lenten special here at Teurlings Catholic High. Shambo is on the Staff Sergeant Richard Poole pitcher's mound for the Rebels, and here comes the first pitch of the inning. The foul ball yields strike one. Foreman way out in front of that pitch. Now let's see what Shambo does to either move location or velocity. That's going to be hit towards left. Drifting back, trying to make the catch in foul territory, but makes the catch, and he is out. What a catch in left field by Carter Deculus as he went right towards the fence. There's a very small space between the foul pole, the fence, and where the batting cages are here at Teurlings Catholic High. That ball was just foul, but Deculus tracked it well, was able to make the catch, and that retires the first batter here in the inning. That'll bring Bullock to the plate. The Rayne center fielder is going to swing and miss at strike one, can't catch it. Shambo settles in on the hill, now rocks and fires. Breaking ball is going to be hit into center field for a base hit. Chavis will play that one and bring it into second, and now we have a runner on first base for the Rayne Wolves with one away here in the top of the second. It was almost like he got not all of it, like he fisted it just a bit, because it didn't sound clean coming off the bat here in the microphones, but it was enough to get the job done as the ball landed in shallow center field for Caden Chavis to come over and pick it up for the play into the infield. That'll bring Stakes to the plate. Stakes showing bunt. That's going to be a beauty towards third. Played well, though, by the Rebels. What a beautiful play by Brennan Storms. Defensively for the Rebels to get the second out of the inning. The runner did advance, even though Stakes did sacrifice. But the Rebels do have the most valuable thing. That's the second out here in the second inning.
Now batting, number 18, Peyton Daigle.
That'll bring Peyton Daigle to the plate for the Rayne Wolves. Daigle also, as you can see, hitting from the right side as the Rebels try to hold the runner at second, move the pickoff, and don't quite get him. The tag was a little bit high on the body, more towards the shoulder maybe than the sliding arm, and if he had been closer to the arm, he probably would have gotten him out at second. Shambo is going to fake the pitch home and turn around, bring the runner back to second base. 2 away here in the top of the second, 0-0 ball game. Beautiful breaking ball gets the strike. I mean, Shambo bent that one beautifully. Shambo again comes set. This one a little outside. It's going to even the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Shambo's tempo has slowed down just a bit here in the second inning, working exceptionally quickly in the first, but with the runner on second, he's taking a little more of his time. And now the umpire is motioning Rayne farther into their dugout area. Shambo delivers towards third. Beautiful pick at third base by Storms, and what an absolute smoking play. A web gem by Brennan Storms to end the inning. Nice grab. Beautiful throw, and the Rebels have retired the side. No runs on 1 hit. No errors by the Teurlings Rebels as we head to the bottom of the second inning, 0-0 against the Wolves of Rayne High.
Tired of overpaying for mattresses? Stop! Box Drop Lafayette can save you 50 to 80% off big box prices. Brands include Sealy, Serta Simmons, and more. Twins start at $89, fulls at $120, queens from $128, kings from $198. Plus, adjustable bases, sofas, sectionals, and more. All factory direct. Huge savings, better sleep. 3221 Highway 90 East in Broussard, 5 miles south of the airport, or boxdroplafayette.com. Call 337-780-7076. Don't pay retail. We even have easy payment plans. Sleep better, save bigger. Box Drop Lafayette. Proudly from Pocheville, Louisiana, Diamond G Farms may no longer be running full operations, but our heart for this community beats stronger than ever. Honored to memorialize the pitching mound at Teurlings Catholic High School baseball, now officially named in memory of brave Staff Sergeant Richard Poole. To the Rebels, players, coaches, and fans, keep throwing strikes, swinging for the fences, and honoring those who served. Diamond G Farms, supporting faith, family, and future champions. Go Rebels!
Vincent Storm Shambo here in the bottom of the second as the first offering from Gavin Foreman is outside for ball one. Rebels in a 0-0 ball game with the Rayne Wolves. I'm your host, Kevon Bordelon. Scott Brasta should be here momentarily as that offering is high and outside. So check that. The first offering was in for a strike. So a 1-1 count for Foreman. That's going to be chopper towards second. Clean bounce. Throw over to first is in time, and Vincent has been retired here in the second inning. Rebels have made plenty of contact here early this afternoon, but just haven't quite found a ton of holes. That'll bring Storms to the plate for the Rebels. Cannot find the first offering from Foreman and falls behind in the count. No balls, one strike. Foreman wasting no time. That's hit towards third. It's bounced over the third baseman's head. Fielded barehanded by the shortstop. It's not going to be in time. Give him an A for effort. But there are no moral victories when it comes to outs, and that was not a moral victory or a victory in a sense for Rayne at all, as Storms gets the base hit. I think that's officially probably the Rebels' first hit of the afternoon to make it a one runner on first, one out here in the bottom of the second, with Cade Shambo coming to the plate to try and help his own cause. Foreman can't quite find the plate on that one, being just a bit outside, brings the count 1 ball, no strikes. Foreman checks the runner at first. Now he's going to try the pickoff and cannot get it in time. Sliding back safely is Brennan Storms. Storms having a heck of a ball game. I mean, absolutely beautiful, glorious defensive play. A backhand snag at third base to end the inning, and then comes up firing just in time. Absolutely a beautiful play. And now he's got a first hit of the afternoon, I believe, officially for the Rebels. That pitch is outside, and there goes Storms, running towards second. He's going to be in time as the throw is no good. I don't think the throw would have gotten him even if it was. Catcher for Rayne not able to hang on. So the Rebels have a runner at second with one out. It's a 2-0 count. And Shambo makes it a 3-0 count, taking that one outside. He should see a fastball here. Foreman's going to come home, and that was a take all the way for Shambo. So that'll bring it to a 3-1 count. Still a hitter's count for the Rebel pitcher as he settles into the box drop batter's box. Now we get a time called by Shambo. The umpire grants it. Shambo steps out, resets, and will settle back in. That pitch is inside. I don't know if it hit him or not. Does not appear that it did. Nobody said it did. Regardless, it is ball 4. The difference would have been that the ball would have been dead if it hit him. Shambo able to take the walk. He will get a courtesy runner here for the Teurlings Rebels.
Courtesy runner for the Rebels, number 20, rider
So Ryder Thomas will go to first. So the Rebels have runners on first and second. One out here in the bottom of the second. Maybe a little bit something going as John Aaron Swallow, the Rebel catcher, sets in on the left side. Foreman's first jam of the afternoon for the Rayne Wolves as he delivers home. That's going to be in for a strike. A late call. I thought it might have been low, but the umpire said it caught him at the knees. No balls, one strike to the Rebel catcher. Pretty sure that one was inside, evens the count at 1-1. Swallow comes set, swings at this one. It's going to be up the middle, right at second base. Can they turn two? And they do. The Rebels get unlucky, making good contact, and all of a sudden, Foreman finds himself out of a jam because of a lucky bounce. Rebels take it to the top of the third. No runs on one hit, no errors by Rayne. A 0-0 ball game, top of three when we come back on the Teurlings Catholic Sports Network.
Walking in and seeing all the people at the Aspen Clinic makes it so much easier to just get started.
Coming here and having a real person makes the difference.
The accountability is a big thing because it gets you to your goals quicker.
The Aspen Clinic offers more than just GLP-1s.
Because you deserve more than just a prescription. They would never give me anything that would harm me, and they only want the best for me.
No contracts, no membership fees, just real in-person support.
Don't wait, call the Aspen Clinic today.
In the heart of Lafayette, something strong is growing. We believe in creating opportunity right here, so our young professionals don't have to leave Louisiana to build their future. At Beal & Aber, we're proud to stand up for the people of Acadiana. When you need strong legal representation, whether you're injured in a car wreck, have a construction dispute, you're dealing with a civil matter, or you just need help with estate planning, we're here when it matters most. Beal & Aber, Acadiana's hometown lawyer.
0-0 ball game here at Teurlings Catholic High. The Rayne Wolves will send 9-1-2 to the plate here in the inning. That is Chase Carey, the third baseman, and then Lon Paul Moody and Austin Judice will be the second and third hitters of the inning. Shambo still on the Staff Sergeant Richard Poole pitcher's mound for the Teurlings Rebels. Shambo having a nice game so far. He's allowed 2 base runners for the Rayne Wolves so far, but the Rebels have been stellar defensively this afternoon. A couple of really nice plays that I think are going to end up making highlight reels somewhere.
For the Rayne Wolves, number 2, the third baseman, Chase Carey.
So Carey will hit from the right side in a 0-0 ball game. Shambo's first pitch must have been just below the knees, make it 1 ball, no strikes. Carey can't catch that one. That'll even the count at 1-1. Everybody will get a chance to reset. No outs here in the top of the third. 0-0 ball game. It is Carey at the plate for Rayne. Shambo winds, delivers. That one's going to be inside. Make it 2 balls, 1 strike. Or check that 1-1. I'd like to welcome in my broadcast partner, Scott Brazda, as we get a swing towards third base. It'll go foul, even the count at 2-2. 4:30
start time?
4:30 start time. That works. Look, it's the hard part about a 4 o'clock baseball game, which is, you know, last I checked, I think a lot of people have to work.
Well, I had students who demanded a test in news writing, so I didn't want to give them the day off.
That pitch from Shambo is high, brings the count to 3-2. Carey, the leadoff man here in the third, and Scott, you missed an absolute web gem from Brennan Storms in the last inning. That one's popped up towards shortstop. Drifting back for the Rebels is Will Power. He makes the catch and retires the leadoff man here in the third.
Gee, web gems by Storms and Power. Go figure.
The one by Storms, I mean, just absolutely obscene. A beautiful backhanded grab. Falling to the turf or falling to the dirt to pick it up and throw him out. That'll turn the order over for the Rayne Wolves. Lon Paul Moody is at the plate. He'll take this one outside and low for ball one. Beautiful breaking ball from Shambo. I mean, started high and inside and broke just over the plate and right through the strike zone, evens the count at 1-1.
Well, and that break just freezes the batter.
Moody couldn't catch that one, make it 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Well, Shambo just has him guessing. I mean, the 3 pitches he's thrown, the last 3 have been, in 3 different spots, 3 different speeds, 3 different breaks.
That's going to be fouled off as he was way ahead of that one. And, yeah, Scott, to your point, there's the evidence that Moody has no idea what's coming so far ahead of that pitch. He was trying to time something different.
And you sit back there, okay, he's thrown this, he's relying on this, and then you take your best guess.
Still 1 ball, 2 strikes to the second batter here in the inning. The breaking ball can't quite find the strike zone, evens it at 2-2.
Yeah, that one didn't break the way he wanted it to. Almost didn't break at all.
It looked like it started lower than he normally starts that breaking ball, and therefore couldn't come through the zone. That's hit towards third into the outfield for a base hit. That's going to put a man on first here with 1 away in the 3rd inning. And the Rayne Wolves have had a runner on base every inning here and just have not been able to capitalize on it, just as the Rebels had in the 1st and 2nd innings. Base runners, but no runs.
No disrespect to our friends from Rayne, but may that trend continue.
For them, at least, yes.
Yeah. Thank you. Good qualifier.
That sends the shortstop for the Wolves to the plate. Judice settles into the box drop batter's box. Shambo checks the runner. Umpire says he did not go. Shambo would like an explanation of whether it was a strike or not, or whether the batter attempted to swing.
Well, our March games have sure been reflective of the association with wind and the month of March.
They absolutely have. This hit towards center field. Chavis in chase, makes the catch, sends the runner back to first, and we have 2 away here in the 3rd inning.
The beauty of someone who has blazing speed and a great knack, a great eye for just the sport of baseball is Chavis can be stunned for a second, and then he makes it just look so routine. You and I would be flopping all over the field. Like we wouldn't have even attempted it, right?
I was about to say, I'd have just watched it and said, somebody want to go get that?
Yeah.
That'll send Slade Richard, the 3rd baseman, to the plate not the 3rd baseman. That'll send Slade Richard to the plate for Rayne. He is the 3-hole hitter. 2 away, though, here in the top of the 3rd as Shambo throws over to first. Keeps the runner close. Shambo will go to first again. And Scott Moody at first just does not have a very large lead. Now he'll come home, and that's going to get away from Swallow. Moody will now head to second base. And Shambo says that one was on me.
Yeah. And big lead or not, that one just way too much time and space for Moody.
It looked like Shambo rushed the break between looking at first and coming home with a delivery, and that could have caused the timing deficiency. That's going to be inside. They're going to say it hit him. So that should send the runner back to second. Now the Rayne Wolves have runners at first and second with 2 outs here in the top of the 3rd. That'll send the cleanup man, Connor Boone, to the plate.
I didn't see the hit, but boy, sure was close to grazing him. So
yeah, no, it was obviously very close, and there was no debate from anybody out on the field. So it's one of those ones where you just take everybody else's word for it. Shambo comes home. That one catches the outside corner, make it no balls, 1 strike.
We've talked about the Rebels and their schedule and their tough schedule, and we did it particularly with STM last weekend. Rayne's the same deal. Rayne has played SDM. Now Rayne's playing Teurlings. I mean, they are battle tough, and they've been really close in a bunch of games.
Shambo comes home. Breaking ball is hit up the middle, and that's going to be picked up by Chavis. He comes home with it. Is the throw in time? It is, and he's out. Send him to the dugout. The Rebels get another beautiful throw from their center fielder, and a really nice play by John Aaron Swallow to retire the side as Rayne got greedy. And the Rebels end up sending them back to the dugout with no runs on probably 2 hits in the inning with now, 2 men left on base? Yeah. We'll be back. Bottom of the third right here on the Teurlings Catholic Sports Network.
At Oxnard Lafayette General, we're here to get you moving and keep you moving. Our team of experts delivers specialized, coordinated care through a nationally renowned orthopedic and sports medicine program, providing the most advanced equipment and modern facilities, and covering you from the field to fast forward your healing. Oxnard Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Long live you.
Uncle T's Oyster Bar and Scott is your destination for Acadiana's best local seafood.
Enjoy our delicious specialties, including raw and charbroiled oysters, bald crawfish, small bites, salads, po' boys, and a variety of seafood baskets.
We feature happy hour specials every day from 2 to 6 with half off domestic draft and bottled beer.
And you can't leave without a serving of Mom and Nat's delicious bread pudding.
Uncle T's across the railroad tracks in Scott.
Serving Gulf oysters just the way you like.
9-1-2 coming to the plate for the Teurlings Rebels in the bottom of the third inning. A 0-0 ball game alongside Scott Brazda, I'm Kevon Bordelon. Carter Deculus, the Rebel left fielder, will be the first one in the box drop batter's box here in the third for Teurlings.
Deculus hitting .312 as we come into this Thursday afternoon. Big hit on the mound.
Deculus shows bunt. He's going to pull it back and take strike 1.
So is our pitcher throwing heat. He's a good-sized kid.
Yeah. Foreman's got a little heat from the hill. Here comes the 0-1. That's going to be hit towards short. That takes a bad hop, goes off the shoulder of the shortstop, and that's got to be a hit all the way, I think. I mean, you can't call that an error when it comes, a bad hop like I haven't seen that in a while, Scott.
Yeah.
Or a bad hop like that, if I complete the sentence.
And that was an adventure, the way it rolled the body.
So that'll flip the order for the Rebels. Chavis will now come to the plate as Deculus is diving back into first. But this is the first time, Scott, that either team has had the leadoff man on in any inning so far this afternoon. The Rebels would love to capitalize here. You can see the third baseman crouching and expecting bunt. That ball's going to get past the catcher as Deculus will take second and look towards third, but it's picked up by the first baseman, and that'll keep the Rebels with a runner in scoring position with nobody out here in the first.
Well, you start to try to do a little bit too much. You worry about the guys on base. And you worry about a guy, oh, by the way, Chavis' slumps over. He's got the 514 average back to 537.
Yeah.
According to Dayton Landry's latest stats.
Foreman now comes set. Chavis shows bunt again. He's going to pull it back and take that one for a strike, even the count at 1-1.
For just a moment, the wind is dead.
I think it's the first time we've seen the dead wind at this ballpark in the, 3 games that we've called them. Chavis shows bunt again. He's going to lay this one down towards third. Beautiful play to get Deculus to third base and another hit for the Rebel speedster, Caden Chavis.
You know, there was just no place for Rayne to do anything. Third baseman certainly couldn't leave because he had a guy tooling in on him. What are you going to do? You know, shortstop's way over there at second base. Pitcher can't get to it. Beautiful bunt. God, Caden's an artist.
Runners at the corners for the Rebels here in the bottom of the third. Foreman finds himself in his first real jam here this afternoon, and that sends Will Power, the Rebel shortstop, to the plate. And nobody out in the third, but runners at first and third for Teurlings. And there goes Chavis, headed towards second. Nobody really there, but Chavis is going to get caught as the shortstop able to make his way over. I think the delayed break, Scott, ended up being just an absolute killer for the Rebels because the last thing you want to do is get your first out trying to take second.
On something like that, yeah.
Power settles in at the plate, though, as he still has the ability to get the Rebels' first RBI of the afternoon. That pitch is outside for 1-0. Bullock did a nice job of trying to frame that for Rayne, but didn't get the call. That's going to be fouled off, even the count at 1-1.
Power second on the team in RBI. He's got 13. Hitting .311.
Now, look, a sacrifice here, Scott. A fly ball to right field should get Deculus in from third. That ball slapped towards third, but foul brings the count to 1-2. And I think Deculus would like that swing back. Unofficially, Foreman is at 36 pitches with 1 out in the third. That pitch is outside, make it 2-2.
Now, you want to be smart here. I mean, it's your opportunity to get a run in, and, against a good baseball team, 1 run could be all the difference in the world.
That ball's hit towards the gap in right center. It's going to score a run as the Rebels get an RBI from, Scott, I believe you said their RBI leader.
Well, now he's tied with Vincent, so he's got 14.
Wonderful play by Will Power to put bat on ball and find green grass as the Rebels now have a 1-0 lead over Rayne in the bottom of the third. Still only 1 away. Clavel now steps to the plate for the Rebels as he swings at one, pops it up. Is it going to go foul? It does, and the count is 0-1.
Clavel just has a nice home run type swing, right? I mean, something's going to happen soon.
Clavel settles in, as Scott has said, the wind has just gone dead here at the ballpark. That's hit towards the pitcher and goes right between the gap between short and second. Scott, I mean, I was going to try and call it up the middle, but the second baseman was playing so far towards his left, he had no chance to get there as it just went over the pitcher, and the Rebels get their second hit of the inning, or third hit of the inning, rather. So runners on first and second, only 1 out here in the bottom of the third. 1 run already in, and Mason Gonzalez, the Rebels' cleanup hitter, steps to the plate. That pitch is... that pitch was a strike? I mean, I watched the catcher from where we are, Scott, I watched him reach into the opposing batter's box to catch it and pull it back. And instead of being 1-0, it's 0-1. Gonzalez swings at that one and misses, makes it 0-2.
That previous pitch isn't, in lieu of criticizing the umpire, you just got to go.
Well, look, umpires get them wrong occasionally as well. That one was tough if you're at the plate.
That took wrong to another dimension.
They're going to say he went around, and Gonzalez strikes out. I believe that's the first strikeout of the afternoon by either team.
And Gonzalez was just fooled. I mean, it was a nice pitch. Came in knee high and dropped. And
I hate to say it, but when you get a called strike like the first pitch of that at bat, you have no idea what's going to be called a strike and what isn't.
Yeah, then you're real gun shy.
2 outs, runners at first and second here in the bottom of the first as Evan Vincent steps in. He does not get time, but he gets a base hit towards left as they're going to send the man home. The throw is going to be cut off. There's nobody at third. The Rebels have scored their second run as Will Power slides into home safely, and the Rebels have made it 2-0 over Rayne.
Nice shot by Vincent, short left field. Third baseman had to come over to cut off the throw. Shortstop didn't move over. Rayne was kind of caught with some holes in their infield.
And Scott, that tie in RBI for the Rebels was short-lived as Vincent gets another RBI to retake the lead for the Rebels.
He's up to 15.
Now you've got a conversation between Bullock and Foreman on the hill, trying to maybe slow down the pace here, Scott, as the Rebels have cranked out, 4 hits in the inning?
Oh, I'm counting 5 for your 5 singles.
There you go.
With Rayne, the good thing is they've got 2 outs. The bad thing is they're Rebels at the corners. And you've got a pretty good hitter up.
So Storms will settle in from the right side. Foreman's going to fake the throw to third, then turn around and see if he can get the man moving, which is basically how we got Chavis out for the first out of the inning.
Looking for Storms to heat it up. He's leveled things off. The last couple weeks, it's been right around 160.
Oh.
167.
And Rebel skipper had a little bit of trickeration there, the delayed bunt. If you notice from Storms, is he kind of almost a drag bunt.
Well, as we've already seen in this inning, you get in the right spot.
No balls, 1 strike, thanks to the foul ball. Foreman trying to catch the Rebels in that third and first steal situation and couldn't. That's going to be just a bit outside. Here comes the ball to the plate, and he is safe at home. The wild pitch gets away from Bullock. The Rebels take advantage. Runners advance, and the Rebels played another one here in the third to make it 3-0.
Just good heads-up play, good aggressive play. Brooks Battle saying, go!
So here comes the 2-out offering home. That's going to be hit towards right center. High enough in the air, settling underneath it is the center fielder, and that retires the side. But the Rebels get 5 hits, 3 runs, 5 hits, no errors by Rayne. The Rebels plate 3, make it a 3-0 ball game as we head to the 4th here at Teurlings Catholic High. The Rebels holding on to a 3-run lead.
Tired of overpaying for mattresses? Stop. Box Drop Lafayette can save you 50 to 80% off big box prices. Brands include Sealy, Serta Simmons, and more. Twins start at $89, fulls at $120, queens from $128, kings from $198. Plus, adjustable bases, sofas, sectionals, and more. All factory direct. Huge savings, better sleep. 3221 Highway 90 East in Broussard, 5 miles south of the airport, or boxdroplafayette.com. Call 337-780-7076. Don't pay retail. We even have easy payment plans. Sleep better, save bigger. Box Drop Lafayette. Proudly from Pocheville, Louisiana, Diamond G Farms may no longer be running full operations, but our heart for this community beats stronger than ever. Honored to memorialize the pitching mound at Teurlings Catholic High School baseball, now officially named in memory of brave Staff Sergeant Richard Poole. To the Rebels, players, coaches, and fans, keep throwing strikes, swinging for the fences, and honoring those who served. Diamond G Farms, supporting faith, family, and future champions. Go Rebels!
Rebels finally scratch 3 across in the bottom of the 3rd alongside Scott Brazda. I'm Kevon Bordelon. Teurlings leads the Rayne Wolves in a district matchup 3-0 as we head to the 4th. Scott Shambo has been really solid on the Staff Sergeant Richard Poole pitcher's mound here this afternoon.
Yeah, and you know, as I missed the first couple innings, but as you said, it looks like he's been able to battle out of some things, and then maybe, you know, they say that the going gets tough when the tough gets going. It seems like when he's had a little adversity, that's when the pitches have been a little more point on for him.
It'll be 5, 6, 7. That is Foreman, Bullock, and Stakes here in the 4th for Rayne. Foreman, the pitcher, looking to do something to maybe help himself on the mound, try and get a base runner on to lead off the inning, and instead takes ball 1 outside.
After 2 pretty good innings, it was the Rebels were enjoying just a touch of batting practice there. So
this ball's hit towards the left. The question is, does it stay fair? It does not, and lands foul, evens the count at 1-1.
You know, come on, we have a couple good supporters from Rayne helping us out on this broadcast. Eric Birkin Insurance Agency, they do everything and cater to your needs. Thank you, Eric, very much. And Michelle Vaillant, Senior Helpers here in Lafayette. Heck, they serve like 35 different communities and taking care of, you know, what should be the most treasured members of your family.
Breaking ball is popped up out of play, brings the count to 1-2. And Scott, to your point, we do have so many great sponsors, and we actually did run through those in the Uncle T's Oyster Bar pregame show, which, man, it is Uncle T's Oyster Bar weather right now. Gosh. It's a month with an R in it. It is just a bit chilly, man. The 1-2 pitch is fouled back, keeps the count there.
I was at Uncle T's Friday, just dashing in and out, picking up a to-go order, and I was hearing there was quite a wait Friday afternoons, especially in Lent, and nobody seemed unhappy.
Shambo delivers. Breaking ball popped up towards left. Coming in quickly to make the catch is Deculus, and a beautiful catch in left field as he puts out the basket, finds the biscuit in it, and the Rebels have one out.
Oh, that's good.
Every now and then you get lucky. Every now and then you get lucky.
The visual is good.
Now at the plate.
Puts out the basket, and every once in a while you find the biscuit. Damn. I mean, darn.
Don Specialty Meats, another great sponsor here.
Aubrey Coles.
Yes. So that brings Bullock to the plate. First pitch is taken outside and low from Shambo.
I worked for Aubrey Sr., a general office supply, when I was going to USL. Pushed papers for Aubrey's dad, and great family, good folks, the Coles. Took good care of me.
Scott, Shambo came in with almost that three-quarter arm delivery right there. Got a little whip on it. Bullock wasn't able to keep up with it. He did catch enough of it, though, to foul it off. Brings the count to 1-1.
Well, it looks like Shambo can find a couple different slots when needed, and depending on which side of the plate the batter's on. Ooh, nice.
Bullock cannot keep up with that one as Shambo blows it by and brings the count to 1-2.
Inside corner, tight to the body.
Shambo winds, fires, and gets a Summit Financial strikeout, the first one of the afternoon for the Rebels, to make it 2 down here in the top of the fourth. Rebels with a 3-0 lead.
Now coming to the plate, the second baseman, number 13, Caden Stakes.
So that'll bring Stakes to the plate. He sacrificed, bunted the runners over in his first at-bat as Shambo delivers. This is going to be hit towards right field, and Vincent makes a diving catch, and the Rebels go 1-2-3 in the top of the fourth on the Rayne Wolves.
Man,
beautiful defensive play here by the Teurlings Rebels, and we'll be back bottom of the fourth inning right after this on the Teurlings Catholic Sports Network.
Walking in and seeing all the people at the Aspen Clinic makes it so much easier to just get started.
Coming here and having a real person makes the difference.
The accountability is a big thing because it gets you to your goals quicker.
The Aspen Clinic offers more than just GLP-1s.
Because you deserve more than just a prescription. They would never give me anything that would harm me, and they only want the best for me.
No contracts, no membership fees, just real in-person support.
Don't wait, call the Aspen Clinic today.
In the heart of Lafayette, something strong is growing. We believe in creating opportunity right here, so our young professionals don't have to leave Louisiana to build their future. At Beal & Aber, we're proud to stand up for the people of Acadiana. When you need strong legal representation, whether you're injured in a car wreck, have a construction dispute, you're dealing with a civil matter, or you just need help with estate planning, we're here when it matters most. Beal & Aber, Acadiana's hometown lawyers.
Shambo swallowed Deculus here in the bottom of the fourth inning for the Teurlings Rebels. Alongside Scott Brasda, I'm Kevon Bordelon. Scott, the Rebels finally found a way to capitalize on base runners in the third. They'd love to keep that momentum going here in the fourth.
Yeah, you've got 3. You had a really nice inning. Great job by your pitcher. Great defense. Couple Deculus and then Vincent. So both sides of your outfield. Let's reward them with a few more runs.
First offering's going to be in for a strike from Foreman, make it 0-1.
Shambo would love to help his own cause.
Oh, now Scott,
Yeah,
that's an interesting position from a catcher, because you see the catcher set up. The center of his body is on the line. Now that's in for a strike, make it 1 ball, 2 strikes. But the previous pitch, the opposing batter's box, the inside line defining it, was basically the center of his body. And he yanked it back as Shambo swings and misses, and it's a strikeout for the Teurlings Rebels to lead things off here in the bottom of the fourth.
Okay, so we are right behind the
home plate. I mean, we're directly
home
behind.
plate and the left-hander's batter's box. And that ball was on the visitor's side.
And he didn't get the call, right?
Right.
But the catcher did such a job. I mean, it was literally caught and then yanked back. As an umpire, if I'm the guy behind the plate and I see that, it's automatically getting called a ball. That pitch catches the outside corner, bring it to 0-2 as Foreman has found a little bit of a groove here in the fourth inning. But it's a trend among catchers now to see that vast adjustment after catching the pitch and to try and just sweep it back, as opposed to what a lot of catchers would do a few years ago, which is just funnel into their body.
Oh, sure. If you can do it quickly, you can sell it.
1 ball, 2 strikes. That's going to be swung at, ground ball towards first. Fielded cleanly, tossed over to the covering pitcher Foreman, and that retires the second batter here in the inning.
Now headed to the plate, the left fielder, number 1, Carter Deculus.
Deculus got things started in the third for the Rebels. Can he start a little 2-out magic here in the fourth?
Singled in the third, scored the Rebels' first run.
Breaking ball can't find the zone from Swallow, and actually I thought that was a little closer than some of the things we've seen here in the ballgame.
Most definitely.
That pitch is going to be inside and low, make it 2-0.
So Foreman's coming high, he's coming inside and low. Does he split the difference and throw a strike here?
Deculus takes that one for a strike. Looked like a fastball just right down the outside third of the plate. That ball's hit towards center, and it's struck relatively well, but not well enough. Drifting back, making the catch easily, and the Rebels go 1-2-3 in the bottom of the fourth. We'll come back, top of the fifth. Rebels lead at 3-0 as they got no runs on no hits and no errors from Rayne. This is the Teurling Catholic Sports Network.
At Oxnard Lafayette General, we're here to get you moving and keep you moving. Our team of experts delivers specialized, coordinated care through a nationally renowned orthopedic and sports medicine program, providing the most advanced equipment and modern facilities, and covering you from the field to fast-forward your healing. Oxnard Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Long live you.
Uncle T's Oyster Bar in Scott is your destination for Acadiana's best local seafood.
Enjoy our delicious specialties, including raw and charbroiled oysters, bald crawfish, small bites, salads, po' boys, and a variety of seafood baskets.
We feature happy hour specials every day from 2 to 6 with half off domestic draft and bottled beer.
And you can't leave without a serving of Mom and Nat's delicious bread pudding.
Uncle T's across the railroad tracks in Scott.
Serving Gulf oysters just the way you like them.
Daigle, Carey, Moody here to lead things off in the top of the fifth inning for the Rayne Wolves alongside Scott Brasda. I'm Kevon Bordelon. Scott, in the top of the fourth, the Rebels saw some things that were just absolutely brilliant to see. And to me, it's the return, especially in this whole game, of the defensive Rebels that we have become accustomed to over the years.
Well, you know, Brooks Battle knows, and we've covered this a couple times now, Brooks Battle knows he doesn't have a home run hitting team. They've got 2 on the year. How do you win games? Well, offensively, you create things. You have guys on the move. You hit and run. You sacrifice. You play small ball to an extreme success rate. But then you've also got to do it on the defense. If you don't have that guy that can come and blast a 3 or 4 run homer on a regular basis, you got to play those finer things, those details. You got to play defense like a champ. And the Rebels, 2-time defending state champs, have done that.
Saw a beautiful catch by Deculus in left, and then a beautiful catch by Vincent in right, all in the fourth. First offering from the Rebels, Shambo just blows past Daigle. Makes the count 0-1.
Yeah, Shambo's thrown a few where he's just attacked batters, and they've just been whiffing at air.
Breaking ball is in for a strike. It was pretty.
I was afraid he wasn't going to call that, but it was so beautiful. Inside corner and just... the batter was froze.
Here comes the 0-2 pitch, and that should be it. Yep. Strike 3 looking. That is another Summit Financial strikeout here in the ballgame for the Teurlings Rebels. They're second on the afternoon. Shambo just absolutely masterful on 3 straight pitches.
Now at the plate, the third baseman, number 2, Chase Carey.
That'll bring Carey to the plate. 1 away here in the top of the fifth. Shambo just humming on the outside third of the plate for strike 1.
You know, Tommy Dean telling us that this is, he's up to his 54th pitch, being so efficient, even in the 5th inning. Contrary to what, we saw Vincent just laboring, unlike Vincent usually does, but against SDM. Vincent was just having a tough time keeping that pitch count down.
Scott, I need a bath. That breaking ball was filthy from Shambo to make it 0-2. That pitch is going to be outside. And there's that big adjustment by the catcher, right? I mean, you know that one is not going to be called a strike, or it shouldn't in the least. But that brings the count to 1-2. There's the breaking ball again. This is popped up towards right. Gonzalez is called off by his second baseman, Bro, who makes the catch, and the Rebels have retired 2 on 7 pitches here in the 5th inning so far.
The key, the strength of communication. You had 3 guys converging. Vincent coming from right field. Bro coming from second. Gonzalez is there. For some teams, that could be just a complete disaster if Bro didn't call the shot.
That brings Lon Paul Moody to the plate. Hits with this one towards left. It's hit deep, but it's not deep enough as Deculus settles under it. An 8-pitch inning for Shambo. Efficiency at its finest. The Rebels will head to the bottom of the 5th with a 3-0 lead as Rayne gets no runs, no hits on no errors by the Rebels. Go 1-2-3, and we'll take you to the bottom of the 5th when we come back.
Tired of overpaying for mattresses? Stop! Box Drop Lafayette can save you 50 to 80% off big box prices. Brands include Sealy, Serta Simmons, and more. Twins start at $89, fulls at $120, queens from $128, kings from $198. Plus, adjustable bases, sofas, sectionals, and more. All factory direct. Huge savings, better sleep. 3221 Highway 90 East in Broussard, 5 miles south of the airport, or boxdroplafayette.com. Call 337-780-7076. Don't pay retail. We even have easy payment plans. Sleep better, save bigger. Box Drop Lafayette. Proudly from Pocheville, Louisiana, Diamond G Farms may no longer be running full operations, but our heart for this community beats stronger than ever. Honored to memorialize the pitching mound at Teurlings Catholic High School baseball, now officially named in memory of brave Staff Sergeant Richard Poole. To the Rebels, players, coaches, and fans, keep throwing strikes, swinging for the fences, and honoring those who served. Diamond G Farms, supporting faith, family, and future champions. Go Rebels!
1-2-3 for the Rebels here in the bottom of the 5th. Chavis settles in, swings at this one, and Scott, this one might be trouble for Rayne as they're chasing to come in. What a catch in left field. Sometimes you just tip your hat, Scott. I mean, sometimes you just look at Noah Stutes and say, nice play, because I would have sworn that Caden Chavis would have almost had a double out of that. But Stutes, with a diving catch, robbed him of a base hit.
So out of both teams, we are seeing some premier defense.
That ball is past the catcher. No signal from the official, so I'm guessing it's ball 1. Power squares to bunt again. He'll take this one 4-2-0. That pitch is outside. And this is not the first time that Foreman has found himself down 3-0 to the hitter at the plate, but he has not found himself here often this afternoon. That pitch is down the middle for a strike, make it 3-1. Power should still see a hitter's pitch. And instead takes it for ball 4 as the Rebels put a base runner on the paths with 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th.
And a base runner who can move. So Brooks Battle will admit he's greedy. He'd like more runs, especially against a good baseball team that, Rayne can spin this in a heartbeat if you make a couple mistakes.
Rebels DH Clavel settles in, swings at this one. It goes foul down the third baseline, make it 0-1.
So we see Brooks Battle out at third base looking all stoic and serious. I saw Jake Delhomme yesterday at the TV station. And he goes, Braz, I hadn't talked to Brooks in a while. We laughed. We laughed.
No balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Runner on first. Rebels lead at 3-0 in the bottom of the 5th. Now asking for time, doesn't get it. And instead, it's a fastball right down the middle for Hudson Clavel, makes it 0-2. I'm kind of shocked he didn't get the time call because the pitcher apparently thought he could use a sundial up there to time himself before he delivered home. The 0-2 pitch to Clavel. Fouled off, way to stay alive, Hudson Clavel.
Look, sundials biscuits and gloves. You've got your sports metaphor, sports allegory book just working today. I mean, you usually have good stuff, but come on. This is like Olympic trial stuff.
And here you are with the Olympic trials mention. 0-2 pitch. That's going to be hit towards center. Going back is the center fielder. Rebels will hold up. Nice catch made out in center field. But that brings everybody back. And, Scott, this is one of those days that fly balls into the outfield are going to be really difficult to find grass. Everything's just being held up.
Yeah. Once it goes from that line drive up another level to fly, it's just not working.
That'll bring the Rebel first baseman Mason Gonzalez to the plate. Gonzalez would certainly like a redo after the strikeout for his last at-bat.
And you could tell by the look on his face he was pretty ticked off at himself. Of course, he had a questionable throw.
Yeah, the first pitch to him was...
Yeah.
Foreman comes home. That one's outside. Now he's going to try and steal. That throw is off, and he's just going to take off for third. Does power. The no throw, and you have a stolen base. I'm guessing, what, an errant throw? An error on the throw by the catcher because it was so off. Sends him to third base, and now the Rebels are 90 feet away from making it 4-0, but they've got 2 outs already here in the bottom of the 5th. That pitch is outside. Make it 2-0.
You know, I like the little things. Hats off to the Rayne defense for not throwing that ball, though, because that can create more kinds of chaos and create problems for you.
That pitch is inside. Make it 3-0. Gonzalez settles in. Brooks Batto has had every hitter who's faced a 3-0 count on the take all day, and there's the take for a fastball to make it 3-1.
Boy, and those take pitches, I mean, you know, Foreman knows he has to throw a strike, but those take pitches look awfully good.
There's the 3-1 fouled off into the Rayne dugout, and that is exactly why the home plate umpire pushed everybody back into the dugout a little earlier in the ballgame, because those people on that edge, you are in the line of fire there as we bring the count to 3-2. Gonzalez stays alive with the foul ball back into the net that almost comes back looking for a little vengeance.
And it looks like he kind of threw off Gonzalez at the beginning. It was kind of a late swing.
3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Rebels with a runner at third. That's going to be hit towards short. Fielded cleanly across the infield in plenty of time, and that retires the side. So the Rebels get no runs on 1 hit, 1 error, 1 man left on base, and that is going to do it as we head to the top of the 6th inning. Rebels lead at 3-0 over the Rayne Wolves here at Teurlings Catholic High on the Teurlings Catholic Sports Network.
Walking in and seeing all the people at the Aspen Clinic makes it so much easier to just get started.
Coming here and having a real person makes the difference.
The accountability is a big thing because it gets you to your goals quicker.
The Aspen Clinic offers more than just GLP-1s. Because you deserve more than just a prescription.
They would never give me anything that would harm me, and they only want the best for me.
No contracts, no membership fees, just real in-person support.
Don't wait, call the Aspen Clinic today.
In the heart of Lafayette, something strong is growing. We believe in creating opportunity right here, so our young professionals don't have to leave Louisiana to build their future. At Beal & Aber, we're proud to stand up for the people of Acadiana. When you need strong legal representation, whether you're injured in a car wreck, have a construction dispute, you are dealing with a civil matter, or you just need help with estate planning, we're here when it matters most. Beal & Aber, Acadiana's hometown lawyers.
Catholic baseball this afternoon brought to you by Beal & Aber, Acadiana's hometown attorneys. Rebels lead at 3-0 over the Rayne Wolves, and it is 2-3-4. Judice Richard Boone at the plate in the inning. I'm joined by Scott Brazda. Scott, the Rebels defensively have had absolute web gems, and Rayne has answered that call as well here this afternoon.
Yeah, except for that 1 inning. You know, Rayne has gone toe-to-toe. They have a really good defense as well, smart hitters. That's a good ball club.
Shambo delivers breaking ball that never broke, and it's 1-0.
He's had a couple like that where he's tried to get that break just on the inside corner, and it hasn't done it.
That's going to be hit towards third. Storms cannot handle it. It will be picked up in left field, and for the first time this ball game, Scott, I believe the Rayne Wolves have the leadoff man on to start an inning here in the 6th.
Good little rip. I mean, just in between Storms and the bag. Base hit without a doubt.
So now we see the Rayne Wolves try to go to work on the base paths as the 3-hole hitter, Slade Richard, steps to the plate. Just as you would expect from the Teurlings Rebels, Richard shows bunt. Instead, he's going to swing, foul it back, and make it 0-1.
Now, does Rayne try to manufacture? I mean, they're running out of opportunities for runs. They need 3.
Rebels could use a little Rayne magic here, kind of like that double play that Rayne got against the Rebels earlier in the ball game. Just get a little good contact, but hit it right in the right spot so we can put 2 away. Shambo didn't look like he put a heck of a lot of effort into that pickoff attempt. Just wanted to make sure that he stayed at first.
Just to say, hey, I kind of see you.
Swing and a miss as Shambo gets the 2nd strike. They tried the back pick down at first and not able to get it. Because the lead by Giudice at first is bordering on gaudy. And I don't mean like Mardi Gras gaudy. I mean like Versace gaudy.
Oh, I got you. Allegory.
Hit towards 3rd. They're going to try and turn 2. There's the play at 2nd and a 1st, and the Rebels do. A twin killing. A beautiful play started by Storms. So a 6-4-3, check that, a 5-4-3 double play for the Rebels, and 2 down here in the 6th.
Well, you said you wanted that double play. Now, that wasn't perfect. The ball could have been hit a little bit better to help us out. But because we have such, supreme middle infielders.
Oh, wait, are they saying he's safe at first?
Oh, my gosh. What? Well, that one didn't look all that close.
I am trying to figure out why there's a base runner at first base. Because the runner at first was not close to the bag. Are they saying that Gonzalez came off the bag? So the best guess that we have here is that the coach is trying to contest the double play call. And nope, there goes the runner into the dugout. We told you he was out because we're not blind. So here we go, 2 away here in the top of the 6th.
Well, hold off on that.
That sends Connor Boone to the plate. Boone watches the first pitch come in for ball 1.
We're giving well, never mind. You kind of have to be here, folks, but thanks for being with us.
That pitch is outside for ball 2. Shambo settles in with 2 outs here in the 6th. That pitch must have been low, make it 3-0.
Boone looks like a guy that could at least put a run on the board pretty quickly, doesn't he?
He absolutely does. There's a reason why he's the DH hitting cleanup.
0% body fat.
That's going to be in for a strike as Boone thought he was getting a free pass. And that's never where you want to be, is a third of the way down to first base and get called back by a strike.
When you grab your collar and go, yikes.
Shambo settles in for the 3-1 delivery. Boone can't catch it. That's going to make it 3-2.
That was just a great off-speed drop.
Shambo's 68 pitch is in for strike 3, and that's another Summit Financial strikeout on the afternoon for the Rebel on the mound. A beautiful, beautiful inning defensively for the Rebels as Rayne goes 3 up, 3 down, but the double play helped significantly. Rebels head to the bottom of the 6th, up 3-0 on the Rayne Wolves when we come back on the Teurlings Catholic Sports Network. But we'll actually stay here because, Scott, we have some sponsors that we want to thank. We are going to start with Bumgardner Dental.
Ben Sorry, Ben. We'll edit this out. Ben Bumgardner, North University, the old Karen Crow Highway, right across from Karen Crow Middle. I visited with Ben and a couple of his kids the other day. And he's come in and he's found Karen Crow just so welcoming and to his liking. He's been there now a number of years. And he's set up shop, and he will take great care of you. And he's going to tell you what things will cost. He'll explain procedures to you, make great recommendations if it's something that involves something a little more endo.
Yeah, yep. And another sponsor that we'd like to thank, JB Mouton Contractors here in Lafayette, legendary contractors here in Lafayette, actually across the state.
Stuart Bio has become a really nice friend. His dad, Popey, I mean, Popey's a legend in the contracting biz. And they're doing so much work, a lot of work being done across the Lafayette Parish school system, and Our Lady of Fatima Church renovations a few years back. They've got actually I have to give it back to Stuart. I've got a binder of clippings of just some of the historic things they've been a part of. I'll get it back to you, Stuart.
So at the plate for the Rebels is Vincent, Rebel right fielder.
Vincent with another RBI, so he retook the lead. He's got 15 on the year.
That means we'll see 5, 6, 7 at a minimum in this inning as Vincent takes strike 2.
So do we see Vincent tomorrow against St. Louis? Or North Vermillion on Saturday? Yeah, good time. Tommy Dean is just like money today.
Vincent cannot find the 0-2 pitch, and he's down on strikes. 3 pitches, 3 strikes from Foreman as he continues work here in the bottom of the 6th for Rayne.
And that was real rare. Vincent doesn't strike out. Vincent hits or walks. And nice bit of pitching there by Foreman. Except for that one inning, Foreman's been pretty good.
That will send Brennan Storms to the plate for the Rebels with 1 out. Storms fakes bunt, pulls it back, and takes ball 1. And Scott, you have to wonder how small ball plays a role in unsettling a pitcher, and I think we kind of saw some of that because Chavis, remember, got things really moving when he laid down that beautiful bunt in the 3rd.
Oh, yeah. The little bitty things, especially magnified when you're 2 good teams. When 1 run is so crucial.
2 balls, no strikes to Storms. He cannot find that offering and brings it to 2-1.
Says a lot about Foreman, though, the way he bounced back. He had that rough inning and 5 hits in that 1 inning. And he's come back and been the pitcher we saw in the first couple.
That's a dribbler towards the 3rd baseline, but foul brings the count to 2-2.
You tell pitchers, you tell players, any sport, you can't change what happened. You can only change what's going to happen. And he's done a great job of putting that inning in his rearview mirror.
The 2-2 pitch is high, did not break through the strike zone. The Storms make it 3-2. But that's the high heat that he was looking for. See if he could get Storms to go fishing. The 3-2 hit towards short. Fielded cleanly. Throw across the field is off the bag, not in time as the throw was high, and the Rebels have a runner on first base with 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th.
That was a nice little play by the Rayne shortstop, but he's going across the body, and he's got to throw pivot and just try to throw up in the air while he's sailing in the other direction. I'm surprised he got it that close.
And, Scott, those who watch college baseball, those who watch the pros in college make that throw look so easy, and it's just not. That pitch is down and in the dirt. Throwing towards second is not going to be in time, and the Rebels have a runner in scoring position now with 1 out as Shambo is at the plate, and it's a 1-0 count.
Absolutely nothing wrong with an insurance run here.
That's going to be hit towards short. It'll advance the runner. The throw from shortstop Judice is in time. So the Rebels, again, have a runner 90 feet away from making it 4-0, but 2 out in the inning.
Now batting for the Rebels, number 22, John Aaron Swallow.
So that'll bring Swallow to the plate for the Rebels. Rebel catcher settles in from the left side. Takes that one for strike 1.
Last time up in the 4th, a ground out.
He's made solid contact, I think, all afternoon. Just hasn't been able to find enough green grass to get on base.
Well, now's the time. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you, Press Box. Thank you.
The 1-1 pitch is outside and called a strike. So it's 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Well, the pitch was thrown outside as we're an inside. So he's not altogether wrong. Now he's going to fuss about us because he heard what we just said. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. Come on.
No, actually, I think Foreman might have been going a little quick tempo, and the umpire wanted to make sure that things were slowed down for the safety of the batter. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner at third for the Rebels, 3-0 here in the 6th, and that one's fouled off down the third baseline by Swallow.
Base it, brings in one more. Another strike, gives Rayne one more chance.
This will be, according to Tommy Dean, which is officially unofficial, his 92nd pitch of the afternoon. That pitch is low. Bring the count at 2-2.
Oh, we have to give Tommy extra credit because he is as unofficial as they get.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Rebels with a runner at third, and that's going to be hit towards second. Fielded cleanly. The throw across the infield is in time, and that retires the side. The Rebels get no runs, 1 hit, 1 man left on as we head to the top of the 7th inning. If the Rebels can get 3 outs with less than 2 runs, that will be it for this afternoon here on the Teurlings Catholic Sports Network.
Walking in, seeing all the people at the Aspen Clinic makes it so much easier to just get started.
Coming here and having a real person makes the difference.
The accountability is a big thing because it gets you to your goals quicker.
The Aspen Clinic offers more than just GLP-1s because you deserve more than just a prescription.
They would never give me anything that would harm me, and they only want the best for me.
No contracts, no membership fees, just real in-person support.
Don't wait, call the Aspen Clinic today.
In the heart of Lafayette, something strong is growing. We believe in creating opportunity right here, so our young professionals don't have to leave Louisiana to build their future. At Beal & Aber, we're proud to stand up for the people of Acadiana. When you need strong legal representation, whether you're injured in a car wreck, have a construction dispute, you're dealing with a civil matter, or you just need help with estate planning, we're here when it matters most. Beal & Aber, Acadiana's hometown lawyers.
Top of the 7th inning here at Teurlings Catholic High as we bring you Rebel Baseball presented by Beal & Aber, Acadiana's hometown attorneys. Alongside Scott Brazda, I'm Kevon Bordelon. Rebels lead it 3-0 and need 3 outs, Scott, in order to try and get the win here this afternoon.
And then a matchup with St. Louis tomorrow. Real quick, Kevon. I had to cover my first school board meeting like 30 years last week.
Sorry.
I just want to salute, if you know anybody, any kid on the Como High baseball team, or heck, anybody going to Como, give them a little pat on the back, give them a hug, say a nice kind word. These kids have been kind of shifted around by moves not made by them. And just big hugs to our Como brethren. We're thinking good thoughts. We hope you finish the school year well. And you guys always have a place. I'm sure the folks at Rayne say the same thing. Come on. So big hugs.
5, 6, 7 for Rayne. Foreman, Bullock, and Stakes. As Shambo Wines fires, breaking ball is popped up towards first base. It's going to go foul. Does it stay playable? It does. Gonzalez squeezes it, and the Rebels have 1 down here in the top of the 7th.
Just great concentration by Gonzalez because you're getting close to that fence. It's kind of like when you get to the wall, something deep in the outfield, and you start to see that fence, and your attention span is pulled in a couple directions. Way to go by Gonzalez.
That might have actually been in the area that we probably cannot cover with our cameras. It's just so far almost out of play. We're able and glad to give you the play-by-play of it.
Oh, you said able to glad. I like that.
First pitch to Bullock is hit towards right. Vincent drifts a little, makes the catch, and the Rebels have 2 down on 2 pitches in the 7th.
Vincent was too cool out there. He just stared it down like, "You coming to me?"
Now at the plate, number 13.
Is that Aaron over there? It is Aaron. I got in here late. I didn't get to say my
Yes.
hellos.
So Caden Stakes settles in, the second baseman for Rayne. First pitch swinging is fouled off for strike 1.
During one of our breaks, I asked Tommy Dean, I said, "Is this the Shambo you've seen all year?" And he goes, "Oh, yeah, efficient."
Shambo, the 0-1 pitch, breaking ball, can't come far enough down. Just a little high, evens the count at 1-1. But, Scott, he's had that breaking ball working most of the afternoon, and it's a thing of beauty.
Yeah, he sure has.
1-1 pitch is again fouled off down the third baseline, make it 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Last time we saw Mr. Stakes, he lined out in the 4th.
Shambo comes set. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Rebels lead at 3-0 in the top of the 7th. That is hit towards the left, and Stakes is going to extend the ball game as the Rebels have a base runner now that they need to worry about with Stakes at first and 2 down here in the 7th.
You know, and there's no, with 2 outs, there's no advancing the runner kind of thing. They're swinging away.
So that'll bring Peyton Daigle, the first baseman for Rayne, to the plate, again hitting from the right side. Shambo delivers home. That's outside for ball 1. And Scott, give Stakes a ton of credit at second base. He's got a very, very lean and small frame. He's not short, but he definitely has not filled out that frame just yet. But he had some bat speed and delivers a little bit of power there.
Yeah.
First 2 offerings from Shambo can't find the mark. It's 2-0.
Fought off some good pitches in that at bat.
That pitch is in for a strike, brings the count to 2-1.
Rebels need 2 more strikes, 1 more out to finish what's been a gem for Mr. Shambo.
Cannot find that one. Evens the count at 2-2. Shambo again is potentially 1 pitch away from ending the ball game here this afternoon as the Rebels hold a 3-0 lead. 2 outs in the top of the 7th for Rayne with a runner at first.
Shambo has some pitches that just drop. I mean, suddenly.
Breaking ball is fouled off as Daigle's able to stay alive. And, Scott, that was the breaker that Shambo wanted because more than likely all afternoon, Rayne has just watched that pitch break for a strike.
So this will be Shambo's 80th pitch of the game.
That's hit towards third. Fielded by Storms. Across the infield. In time, picked up by Gonzalez, and the Rebels get the win. 3-0 over Rayne. Beautiful defense by the Rebels. 3 runs in the 3rd inning, and that is all they needed. Shambo gets a 3-0 shutout, Scott, this afternoon for the Teurlings Rebels. What an afternoon on the hill. What an afternoon defensively, and what an afternoon for the Rebels manufacturing runs here at Teurlings Catholic High.
Any hits by Rayne in the 2 innings I missed?
Probably one, I believe 1 in each inning. Yep,
okay.
1 in each inning. So
roughly a 4-hitter.
Yeah.
That's pretty darn efficient.
What,
and
4
that's
strikeouts?
That's what we've heard, the efficiency. Well, just in my time, 1, 2, 3. So
3 Summit Financial strikeouts? Yeah. So a fantastic game this afternoon, Mr. Brazda.
Yeah, beautiful. I mean, just in all aspects. I mean, the defense, outfield and infield, but to me, it's got to come back to Shambo. Cavani was just point on, and when he missed, it was so darn close. I mean, that's him and Vincent. What a 1-2 punch, man.
And Scott, what I will say is right before you got here was the play by Storms at third that to me might have been the defensive play of the game.
And those are difference makers.
Well, Rayne was in a position that if Shambo doesn't pick the ball at third, it might have resulted in runs and it might have turned the momentum in the game. Instead, Storms comes up with that beautiful backhanded stab, throws it across the infield in plenty of time, and then, of course, started the 5-4-3 double play we saw in, the 5th inning?
Look, Brooks Batto gets it like most good coaches in any sport. It all starts with defense. You win championships with defense. And even and we've seen a couple teams where maybe the Rebels haven't hit as well, but under Brooks Battle, they've always been extremely solid defensively. You know, that's where you lay your foundation. And again, a 3-0 game, which you suggest could have been flipped around.
We are going to take a very quick break, come back, give you a quick post-game show here on the Teurlings Catholic Sports Network. Rebels win at 3-0 over the Rayne Wolves, and Scott and I are going to end up same bat time, same bat channel, same bat place tomorrow.
Again?
As the Rebels will have a game tomorrow. We'll tell you more about that when we come back on Teurlings Catholic Sports Network.
At Oxnard Lafayette General, we're here to get you moving and keep you moving. Our team of experts delivers specialized, coordinated care through a nationally renowned orthopedic and sports medicine program, providing the most advanced equipment and modern facilities, and covering you from the field to fast forward your healing. Oxnard Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Long live you.
Uncle T's Oyster Bar and Scott is your destination for Acadiana's best local seafood.
Enjoy our delicious specialties, including raw and charbroiled oysters, bald crawfish, small bites, salads, po' boys, and a variety of seafood baskets.
We feature happy hour specials every day from 2 to 6 with half off domestic draft and bottled beer.
And you can't leave without a serving of Mom and Nat's delicious bread pudding.
Uncle T's across the railroad tracks in Scott.
Serving Gulf oysters just the way you like them.
Teurlings Rebels baseball gets the win over the Rayne Wolves 3-0 alongside Scott Brazda. I'm Kevon Bordelon. Rebels got 3 in the 3rd inning, and Scott, that's all they needed because of a beautiful performance on the Staff Sergeant Richard Poole pitching mound from Cade Shambo.
Oh, Cade Shambo was just masterful. I mean, working corners, changing speeds, and that breaking ball. I mean, it was just a thing of beauty unless you're on the Rayne side of things, where you expected it to drop here, and you saw so many batters coming under the ball, going over the ball, because Cade Shambo was pitching a masterful, I will make it drop when I want it to drop.
I think we had him roughly at 82 to 83 pitches for the afternoon, low 80s, through 7 innings, a complete game. I mean,
yeah, that's great.
What do they say? That you wish that your pitchers will throw 15 pitches or less per inning. And when you're talking 84 through 7, that's a really efficient ball game.
Well, I mean, look at, last Saturday, conversely, where you and I had STM, and we had Vincent and the kid from Dartes.
Dartes, yes.
STM, 2 really good pitchers.
Yes.
And they were both pushing 115. I know Dartes got to 115.
Yep.
And Vincent was close. So, man, to be able to come in the low 80s and a complete game and a shutout, way to go, Mr. Shambo.
Now, Scott, the Rebels will be right back here tomorrow afternoon at Teurlings Catholic High with another baseball game. We will be here on the YouTube channel as well. This team is a team that the Rebels aren't familiar with this year, but I have memories of 2 years ago in Sulphur playing this team for a state championship. Rebels beat St. Louis in that series. I'm sure they'd love to come in here and get the win.
And we keep repeating, you get better by playing good teams. You're playing another really, really good team tomorrow. St. Louis is always in the conversation. They are not unfamiliar with Sulphur. So it'll be a good test for the Rebels as they try to build that pedigree.
Any parting thoughts before we clock out for this afternoon?
No, this was great. I mean, just thanks for keeping the ship afloat until I got here, and I'm glad I didn't mess things up.
Oh, no, it's always a pleasure. It didn't get going until you got here.
I
was about to say.
Wait a second.
Correct. It didn't get going until you got here.
Yeah.
Well, so
great job, Reps.
We will all be here tomorrow, 4 o'clock, 3:30-ish, the Uncle T's Oyster Bar pregame show. We'll close things out tomorrow afternoon as we hope you have a fantastic Thursday evening. Remember, don't do what's easy. Do what's right. Rebels win 3-0 over Rayne. We'll see you tomorrow on the Teurlings Catholic Sports.